everybody, welcome back. My name is Cassie. I'm the Evil Secret Ninja, and I talk about books and I review books on my channel. And today I am doing a series review of the Elder Empire, the Sea, and the Shadow series. And this series was written by Wight, and he was the one that did like the Cradle series. Right now I'm really liking the author. There are 6 books in the Elder Empire series. And they are companion novels, and they happen at the same time. They're just following different characters. The Elder Empire Sea trilogy is of Sea and Shadow, of Dawn and Darkness, and of Kings and Killers. And the Elder Empire Shadow trilogy is of Shadow and Sea, of Darkness and Dawn, and of Killers and Kings. So the magic in this world revolves around intent. So whenever you use an object to do something, you put your intent into that object. So they might have a boat, and they want to make that boat better at being a boat. So they put their intent into the wood to make it float better. And it works the best when the object that you're putting your intent into, like that's something it would do normally. Sometimes it backfires a little bit. And it certainly gives objects like a certain personality. So there was a time when a guy used a hammer, and he had always used his hammer to craft and create things. And so it had so much intent about crafting and creating things, and he was trapped, and he was trying to use it to break down a door, and the hammer didn't want to break down the door because it was not what it was intended to do. So it gives objects kind of like this personality. The series, the Emperor has died. Emperor was like the strongest within the magic system, and any object that he touched or used had his intent in it. These objects were much more powerful than anything that other people could imbue their intent into. So the Emperor's objects were sought after, and we're following our main characters from the Sea series. The main character was Coulter Martin, and he's been in debt to the Emperor several years. So now when the Emperor dies, he kind of sees this as an opportunity, and he's going to kind of run amok and try and do some things to save the kingdom, or that he feels he's doing to save the kingdom. I won't say like that's necessarily his goal, is to save the kingdom. He certainly has other goals in mind. In the first book, we're following him breaking into a prison to save his wife, but we're following like 2 timelines. So in the past, he's trying to break into the prison to save his father. And when he went to save his father in the past, that was where he got in trouble with the Emperor, and that is why he's now in service to him. He has a ship, the Testament, which he is the captain of this ship. He is, after the Emperor dies, everyone is kind of looking for the heart of Nakothi, which is supposed to be the heart of the only elder that they know of to have been killed. Elders from this world, the elders, are these great powerful beings. Some people worship them. A lot of people are really wary of them. They don't feel like they have humanity's best interest at heart. They're kind of this sinister force that sometimes is also, depending on what character you're following, is a benevolent force. For Coulter, he's more traditional. He doesn't think that they're who they say they are, I guess. He's more wary of them. But he's certainly getting influenced by his wife and other people who are saying, like, no, like, you don't understand, like, the elders are, like, they're here to, like, they don't really want to help us. Like, we know they don't want to help us, but we're hoping that we can cut a deal with them so that we can get something from them, because they're going to leave this world, and we want to have something left when they do. That's Coulter's story. That's kind of the Sea story. From the Shadow trilogy, we meet Shea, part of the Consultants Guild, and she's part of like the part of the guild that doesn't exist. She's an assassin. The guild doesn't have assassins, but she's an assassin for the guild. Kind of one of like her ultimate goals in life is that people just leave her alone so she can sleep. She has been, in the first book, you follow her as a child, and you followed her grown up. And again, it's like after the Emperor's died, and to her this is devastating. She was the personal guard of the Emperor. She sees this as like the world is now going into chaos, and she is obviously after Coulter, and trying to prevent him from getting the Heart of Nkothi because she knows how dangerous the Heart of Nkothi is. As a child, we kind of learn that she's, like I said, she just wants to sleep. She was brought to this place where this guy was taking advantage of all these children, and like his form of punishment was to lock him in a cage for a couple of days, and he tried that with her and she just slept the whole time. And when he became a problem for her, she just kind of killed him and was like, okay, well, you're no longer useful to me. So she really has this attitude of like how useful people are to her, and when people are no longer useful to her, she will get rid of them. She certainly believes that the elders are not there to help people. She certainly believes that they are really going to destroy the world if they're not stopped, and she sees Coulter as kind of in her way, that he wants to help these elders in whatever their goal is. Now, I will say that the elders are not what anybody thinks they are, and their intentions and the things that they want from people are not good. So now, overall, this series I really liked. I think that I could tell that there were certain things about it that made me think like this is definitely within the universe of Will Wight, from what I've read of the Cradle series. So I'm like, yeah, definitely in the same universe. It has some aspects of it that brought that into to let me know like, yep, this is part of it. I guess I would say like my biggest problem, and I don't even know that I would say it a problem, because I kind of liked how he did it, how he's had two series going on at the same time following different characters. But I also felt that you could have just combined them into one book. Like it wasn't like it was hard to tell. Like the characters were well developed enough that it wasn't hard to tell like when you were following a certain character based on like how they talked about themselves and how they talked about what they believed about the world. Like he did a good job with the character development. So yeah, I mean, it would have made 3 books instead of 6. Like I said, it's not like a big complaint. It was just like, well, there's just one little thing that kind of bugged me. Alright, so overall, I would say definitely go ahead and pick up these 2 trilogies that are of the part of the same series. And I'm really enjoying Will Wight as an author. He does a lot of independent writing. Most of his books are, if you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, he writes a lot of books for Kindle Unlimited. I've noticed that all of his are available for Kindle Unlimited. They also, I listened to a lot of his audiobooks because they were available in the Plus catalog, but they aren't there all the time. So I didn't get to finish the Cradle series. I didn't get to finish the House of Blades series, or the Crimson Vault. I didn't get to finish the Crimson Vault. So those ones I'm going to have to work on. But I did get to finish this whole series, both trilogies. And I really like his writing, and I like the world that he writes, the worlds and different fantasy series that he's written so far. I've really enjoyed. Alright, so that is my review of the Elder Empire series, the 2 trilogies, the Sea trilogy and the Shadow trilogy. And I would highly suggest you pick them up. They're a lot of fun to read. Or if you want to listen to the audiobooks, I believe they're still available in the Plus catalog if you have Audible. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks, bye.